In this short tutorial, I would like to show you how to release a Foreman plugin and package it to Foreman repositories. First off, let's take a look on my setup of remotes, so you understand what we are doing later. I have an origin that points to my fork, and upstream that points to the main repository to which we want to tag the release. For the actual releasing to RubyGems, we will be using gem release, which offers a lot of functionality in one command, and the command that we will be using is bump. So we will use gem bump, and let's take a look at the arguments. So first argument is the v argument for version, and with this argument we are deciding what version we are bumping. So we have major, minor and patch. This is all standard somewhere versioning, so I will not go into the details. By the argument t, we are saying that we want to tag this bump, and by r, we are saying that we want to release. The p is to push, and because we don't use origin remote, we have to say what remote to push the tag to. And we will add pretend just to see what the result would be. And we can see that from the current version 7.0, it would bump the major version to 8, tag the release in the local repository, push the tags to upstream, and release the Foreman Ansible to RubyGems. Here I would have to type in my token to two-factor authentication, so I will not do that, but just remove the pretend and it will release the gem. Now let's package it. First we will package it for Debian, and for Debian we need to go to Foreman packaging and dep develop branch, and in Debian we have the folder scripts, and in folder scripts we have update package, so just use that script, and at arguments name and version. So name is the full name of the package, which is not actually the name of the plugin, but it has a prefix Ruby and it uses dashes instead of underscores, and the version is the version that we just released. This does all the necessary changes. Let's take a look at what those are. First, we are adding the changelog entry that we've updated the version of the package. Second, we need to bump the version in gem.list, and last we have the Foreman Ansible RB, which includes the gem in the bundle on Debian. And that's it. We just commit the changes and push them to our fork and create a PR. We will open a PR against dep develop, because this is a Debian packaging change. We will check that the changes make sense and that we didn't accidentally committed something else, and then just post a PR from the branch that we've just created. And now we will do the same for the RPM packaging. So let's change branch to RPM develop, in RPM we have the script bump rpm.sh, and we will use this script to bump the package. It takes an argument that's passed to the plugin, and it can automatically figure out what's the newest version released to Ruby gems. So we will let it to do its magic, and it does everything for us, and it even commits to the current branch, which I've accidentally done here to RPM develop, but I've corrected my mistake and did that to the different branch, to which I will now check out and just push that to my origin, which is my fork. Now we will open a PR for the RPM packaging against the RPM develop branch, and again we should check for changes, not blindly trust the script as I'm doing. With that open PR, we can now cross-reference the two PRs to ease up reviewers their job to check that we have the same versions in dep and RPM packaging.